So lecture 1 was about how to go through the program step by step, and with lecture 2 we actually will start working on certified and alcohol service and how to do it properly. Now I don't want to say that a lot of our questions from the exams are going to be on these slides, but a lot of the questions from the exams are going to be on these slides, so kind of remember everything you see here. The legal age to drink in all 50 states is 21 years of age. Driving with a BAC, blood alcohol content, of .08 or higher is illegal in all states. The legal age to serve drinks varies. Most require 21 to serve, but some allow under 21 to bring alcohol but not pour it. Some can take an order and payment but not serve it, so it depends on the jurisdiction, the state, or the local municipality. They can tend to change. Some allow serving alcohol if they have applied to the liquor authority. It's illegal to serve a guest who is intoxicated or who shows signs of being intoxicated. The hours of service for the sale and the service of alcohol are listed under the establishment's liquor license and must be strictly followed. So you can't just stay late, like if you're the manager and your buddies come over and you just want to hang out. That's fine, but if you're drinking, then that's breaking the law. Happy hour and drink promotions. Some areas restrict or forbid happy hours and other drink promotions. They may restrict serving to 2 drinks at a time and may only allow 1 at a time, or an unlimited number of drinks for a fixed price may be restricted. Reduced price drinks for a specified period of time. Extra alcohol without extra costs. Drinks as a prize for a game or a contest. All of those may be regulated by the local authorities. You can face criminal charges if you break the liquor laws, including serving alcohol to a minor or serving a guest of any age to the point of intoxication. That could result in fines, and it could result in your going to jail. You can be sued and forced to pay damages to an injured guest. That's called a civil liability. Those are covered under dram shop laws, which many states have, which allows people who are injured by an intoxicated guest to sue the establishment and the employees who served the guests who injured them. Every state has its own liquor laws. You must learn the ones that apply to your area. Each state and many municipalities have a liquor authority which enforces the alcohol laws. They issue and monitor liquor licenses and issue citations. Citations can be issued for violating liquor license laws. This might include fines for both the server and the owner, even if the owner didn't know what was happening. The owner could be on vacation in Florida and you overserve somebody in Michigan, and the owner can be in trouble as well if they didn't set their proper guidelines in place. Liquor license may also be suspended or revoked. Compliance checks are used to determine an establishment's adherence to state and local liquor laws, particularly alcoholic beverage sale to minors. There's 2 kinds of compliance checks. One is sending a minor into the establishment to attempt to purchase alcohol, or sometimes they'll use somebody who looks like a minor but who is actually of age and see what happens. And also they can hang out and observe the establishment's serving practices. Only the liver can break down alcohol. Does that at a constant rate of 1 drink per hour. Consuming more than that will cause the alcohol to build up in the bloodstream. So if you have a cocktail and then you slam down another one and another one, that's 3. It's going to take 3 hours to get them through your liver, and the other 2 will be stacked up in your bloodstream. Several factors affect BAC, or blood alcohol content. The rate of consumption, how fast you're drinking them. the strength of the drink, obviously. The more liquor you put in the rum and coke, the higher your BAC is going to be. How much you consumed. If you drank 6 rum and cokes, that would affect your BAC. What percent of the bottle is alcohol? If it's 100 proof, how much alcohol is there in a 100 proof bottle? Divided in half, that would be 50%. So half of the bottle, if it's a 100 proof bottle of gin, half of the bottle is gin. Besides the amount of alcohol in the drink and how many you have, how fast you have, there's you. So you're important to the mix also. What's your body type, what's your gender, and what's your age? A small person's going to have a higher BAC because they have less body to take up the alcohol, so less blood. So a small person drinking the same number of drinks as a large person is going to have a higher BAC. A fat person's going to have a higher BAC because fat doesn't absorb alcohol, so it stays in the bloodstream. So fat person getting stopped by the cops is going to have a higher BAC than a lean, muscular person who had the same number of drinks. A female is going to have a higher BAC because they have a smaller percentage of body fat and less stomach enzyme to break down alcohol. An older person is going to have a higher BAC because typically they have higher body fat and slower enzyme action in the stomach. Your emotional state is going to be higher BAC if you're highly emotional because the body diverts blood to the muscles, so it stays in their system longer. If you're on medication, the meds will intensify the effects of the alcohol. And if you're having, for example, a rum and coke, a carbonated mixture, the carbon may speed the passage through the stomach and thus reach a higher BAC faster. So if you're serving a small, fat, old female who just bitching about everything, upset, and popping some pills and drinking a rum and coke, you and she could be in trouble. Counting drinks and observing guests for physical and behavioral changes are 2 ways to assess a guest's level of intoxication. To count drinks accurately, you need to know how much alcohol each type of drink contains. These drinks contain approximately the same amount of alcohol and count as 1 drink. A 12-ounce beer, 5-ounce glass of wine, 1.5 ounces of 80 proof liquor, or 1 ounce of 100 proof liquor. So whether you have a 12-ounce beer, 5 ounces of wine, 1.5 ounces of 80 proof liquor, or 1 ounce of 100 proof liquor, those would contain the same amount of alcohol. You can estimate a guest's BAC by using a BAC estimation chart. You're going to estimate their weight. Yeah, it looks about 220 pounds. Count how many drinks they've had. Then you can estimate their BAC. You can learn a lot about a guest's level of intoxication by watching for physical and behavioral changes. A change in behavior is more significant than the actual behavior itself. What's that mean? It means if you came in and you're sullen and you're just like sleepy and irritated, and then all of a sudden over the course of time you're happy and joking and laughing, that would be a change in behavior that signifies that the alcohol is probably getting to you. When large amounts of alcohol reach the brain, physical and behavioral changes occur. These would include relaxed inhibitions, so you're taking your clothes off. What's that song? Tequila makes my clothes come off. Impaired judgment, slowed reaction time, impaired motor coordination. So judgment would be you're buying everybody drinks. Slowed reaction time, you can't get your money out of your pocket. Impaired motor coordination, you're dropping your coins, you're bumping into the to the tables as you go to the bathroom. Guests with relaxed inhibitions may show these signs: be overly friendly, be unfriendly, depressed or quiet, use foul language, become loud, or make rude comments. Guests with impaired judgment may show these signs: complain about drink strength. Hey, you're not putting enough liquor in these drinks anymore. Begin drinking faster, or change to larger, stronger drinks. Make irrational or argumentative statements, or become careless with their dollars. Guests with impaired reaction time may show these signs: talk or move slowly, be unable to concentrate, lose their train of thought, or become forgetful, become drowsy, glassy-eyed, lose eye contact, or become unable to focus. Guests with impaired motor function may show these signs: they stagger, they stumble, they fall down, bump into objects, might be unable to pick up objects or may drop them, spill drinks, miss their mouths while drinking, sway when sitting or standing, slur their speech, difficulty lighting a cigarette. An experienced drinker can often consume large amounts of alcohol without showing its effects. We all know those kind of people that drink and drink and drink and never, you wouldn't know they had anything. A good friend of mine, same way, and guess what? He wound up going to jail because his BAC is just as high, even though you look at him, you wouldn't think he had a thing to drink. This is called tolerance. You must be careful when dealing with regular drinkers who may have a high tolerance. Always count their drinks. Their BAC is not affected by their outward appearance. And they might get in an accident, and it might not have anything to do with their drinking. It might somebody runs into them. But if their BAC is high, then they're in trouble, and you're in trouble. Most alcohol-related incidents involve regular drinkers. We've all said it. I've said it anyway. He wouldn't know how to drive sober. It is neither funny nor safe. So, how do you keep your guests from getting drunk? How do you slow that process, give the liver time to break down the alcohol, 1 drink per hour, as we know? So, offer them food. The most important thing you can do to prevent guests from getting intoxicated is to feed them. Most alcohol flows to the stomach. Food keeps alcohol in the stomach for a longer period of time, slowing the rate at which it reaches the small intestine, from which it goes to the bloodstream, and your BAC goes up. So the longer you can keep the food in the stomach, which keeps the alcohol in the stomach, it's not getting to your bloodstream. And so that spreads out the rate at which it gets to your bloodstream and will again allow you to spread out the 1 drink per hour that the liver can absorb. Fatty and high protein foods would be the best as they're digested more slowly. Don't give them salty items because that causes them to get thirsty and then they'll drink more. If they insist on those salty items, then give them water so that the drinking that they do more is water, not alcohol. Once alcohol reaches the bloodstream, nothing will get rid of it except time. Taking a shower, drinking coffee, nothing is going to get that alcohol out of your bloodstream other than the 1 drink per hour that the liver will break it down. So offer them food high in fat or protein, such as pizza, chicken wings, cheese, deep fried items. Those slow the movement of alcohol into the small intestine, from where it will go quickly to the bloodstream and your BAC goes up. Offer water so they don't drink the liquor to quench their thirst. Avoid overpouring. Stick with the recipe. You're doing nobody a favor by giving them extra alcohol. Don't serve more than 1 drink at a time. Only when they drink is empty should you bring them another one.